All right, in this video, we're talking about the 4 ways to decontaminate your paint with the Reg Company system here. When you decontaminate your paint, you're taking contaminants off the paint. It could be tar sitting on there, industrial fallout,
paint,
brake dust, rail dust, overspray.
Yep.
And that stuff doesn't come off with a normal wash.
It doesn't, no. And so that's where using a clay product is going to be able to glide over that surface, right? Not harm your clear coat, not harm your single stage paint, but actually remove any of that contamination that you simply don't want on there, right? And so we've all had it to where tar sits on the surface. We've all had it to where maybe we've parked underneath a tree and we've had some pretty bad sap situations, right?
Yeah.
Or let's just say they decide to paint a house near your car, right? And all that overspray. Why do they ever do it, right? You never know. And so when that happens, it all lands on the surface and you go, okay, with your fingernail, and you start picking each individual spot. And I don't think that's a good time.
No.
Right?
No. So we have physical decontamination and then chemical decontamination. So we can use iron removers, we can use all-purpose, we can use solvents to get some of it off.
Yep.
But sometimes it's just not enough, and we have to go to an actual physical decontamination process to remove it, to get the paint super smooth, because it's important to be smooth because you want your last step protection to be able to bond with the clear coat, and if there's anything in between that clear coat and the actual paint, it's not going to bond as good. So you want to get all that contamination off.
It's also not going to feel as good. So to your point, right? Being able to physically remove that contamination, yes. Is it going to require some elbow work and some elbow grease? Yes, right? But we've also designed these products to be able to make them so efficient and fast to where it's not like the old days of clay, right? Things have evolved, right? There's been new forms of clay that have come to production that make things quicker, make things faster, and also just make things feel a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. It can be confusing. I mean, we have 4 different products here. So we have a scrubber, a mitt, a towel, and the traditional clay bar. So we want to go over the advantages of all these and kind of show you the different ways that you can use this and go over it. So the first one is the traditional clay bar that's been around for quite a while.
So basically 200 grams of clay, right? So it's a good chunk, right?
Yes.
So some people, when it comes to clay barring their car, they like to separate the clay, they like to find a piece, break off a small piece, mold it up into their hand, however they like to do it. It's kind of like a Play-Doh, right? But the difference between this and Play-Doh is that this isn't going to cling to your paint and completely smear and make a mess. This is meant to glide over your paint and provide you with a great experience and remove those contaminants. Now, what I like about clay bars is that when I'm gliding that over the surface, I can really feel what's going on, and I can also really see what's going on. The second I flip that clay over to the side I was just scrubbing on, you can see spots in it. You can see dark areas. You can see maybe overspray that you've removed. And I kind of tell people that this is a very maybe intimate experience, right? It's something where you turn on the mood lighting in your garage, you light a candle, right? Maybe put on some berry white or whatever you want to do, right? And you just sit there and you just get after it, right? Small strokes and go through, ton of lubrication, and have a good time, right?
I'm gonna come over to your place.
Right? My place is a good time. But the trade-off here is that you have one bar, right? What happens with that bar? That bar gets dropped, right? And what happens once it gets dropped? You don't use it again, because that's gonna pick up not only everything from your car, it's gonna pick up everything from the ground. And people say, oh, I don't drop clay. That's never happened to me before. It happens to everybody, right? So this is going to be more one of the cost-effective ways to clay your vehicle, right? I think the clay bar is going to be the most affordable. You're still going to get several uses out of it for sure, but it also depends on the situation and how contaminated a car is before I feel like, hey, I've gotten my use out of it, I think it's time to send it away, right?
I think that's important to talk about too. So how many uses can you get out of a clay bar? This is a 200 gram bar. You can split this into half or even fours and use the car. And typically I'll usually get 3 to 4 cars. I mean, depending on how bad it is. You know, if you're getting something that's destroyed, we're in Chicago. If you get a lot of rail dust from the L train that's downtown, I mean, I've gone through cars where I've went 3 or 4 clay bars just trying to get all the rail dust off. It's terrible. But this, again, 3 to 4 cars, and we're talking about price per car.
Exactly.
Whereas some of the clay towels, the clay mitts, you might be able to get a longer life out of them. It's a little more expensive for that first time purchase, but lifetime value of it.
And some people just kind of feel bad throwing away clay, right? I've seen some detailers out there just stretch clay way further than what it needs to be stretched, right? And I've gone to some shops where it's, hey, oh, we got to clay this section. I see them pull out their jar, right? They have a Folgers can, and they have a bunch of balls of clay in there. They're all multicolored, right? And they go pull one out, and they kind of look at it. This should be fine, right? And I'm like, if you're questioning the clay, right, it's probably not worth it, right? It's several dollars just to be able to start to have a fresh start in certain situations. But like you said, it's 4 to 5 cars. It kind of depends, and it also depends too how old the clay bar is too, right? So the second you unwrap it, right, you're still going to have a time frame in which you need to be able to use that clay, right? Clay can get old, it can dry out, right, with time, especially when you're using it with maybe a cleaner, maybe you're using it with a follower remover, you're trying to cut some steps in half, right? You're introducing a lot of chemicals to that, and you don't want to necessarily deteriorate that clay.
Yeah, so I've clayed for a long time. My clay of choice is actually the bar because I feel like I get a better quality job. I know some of the other ones are quicker and faster, but one disadvantage, because I like efficiency, some of these products you can use with a fallout remover or an APC cleaner, where this may start to deteriorate a little bit and fall apart with those harsh chemicals. So
it's just something that can happen. And the other big thing to note too with a clay bar is that you're hopefully molding that clay often, right, to give yourself a new surface to be able to decontaminate with. But sometimes people don't, right? And what happens? Some people might pick up a small grain of sand, right? Something very small. There is a low chance, but still a chance, that that particular contaminant can now be dragged across the surface. So not to say that this clay bar, I've had any marring issues or scratching issues with it, but you gotta think common sense, right? You gotta think, you've gotta be constantly molding that clay, and to most detailers, it kind of becomes like a second nature. You just kind of do it as you're going, and you know that you're doing it, right? Whereas some people go, there it is for the whole car, and I go, no, you took it from the lowers to the uppers, and so that's why there's been improvements to clay technology and the stuff that we have today that actually reduce that chance even more.
You can kind of feel it and hear it too. It's also going to matter what paint system that you're working on too. So if it is a softer paint system versus a harder paint system, you may get some marring with the clay bar and have to polish it, especially if it's a soft paint.
Yep, absolutely, 100%.
So how to use this is pretty easy. Break it in half, break it into quarters. You're going to smash it into a little pancake. Use a waterless wash or a clay lube or just regular car wash soap. Make it easy, and you're going to gently glide it over the car. And I tell people just enough pressure so you're not dropping the clay bar.
Correct. You're letting the clay do the work.
The more pressure that you're going to put on it, like if you start to see that hood bend, I mean,
it's too much pressure.
You're probably going to end up with some scratches and some marring. You know? So, and then again, how much contamination is on the paint? You know, so if you got a lot of contamination, you're going to want to take that clay bar, knead it up, get a nice new fresh spot, and then continue to clay. But if it's a newer car, you're doing this pretty often, you might be able to do a panel or two before you have to actually knead it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And one pro tip here is that if you ever go to grab your clay and let's just say, oh, my hand strength isn't as great to break this apart, right? One pro tip is to actually soak it in some warm water, right? You can actually dunk this down into some warm water. It's going to soften up the clay quite a bit, and you're going to be able to pull it apart and break off your pieces much easier.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about some of the other options that we have here. So these are all kind of similar in the fact that they have this rubberized texture on them. What is this?
So this is going to be a synthetic clay material, right? This right here has been something that was probably more introduced here within the last, I would say maybe 5 years, right? Started going to more of a synthetic clay, which has more of that rubbery feel to it. Now the manufacturing process of this is really cool, right? Because what they use is a microfiber base, right? So this is going to be a different style of microfiber weave that has it's very tense, right? And it's very, very durable. But what's cool about it is that this particular weave can be printed on and can have clay applied to it. Now, it's part of the manufacturing process where this goes in for a dip, but what I like about it is that it leaves perforations behind, right? So I call this more of a perforated clay towel. Now, the perforations serve a huge purpose because not only does it allow more moisture to be soaked into the towel itself, right? But it also gives a place for the contaminants to go. So it goes into the perforations, away from the paint, and then this towel can be cleaned out time and time and time again. This right here is probably one of my favorites for clay decon. A couple reasons why is that when I fold this into fourths, right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces that I can use as my clay scrubbing material, right? Now on the other side, we just have microfiber. This is something I never really use, but if I needed to spot clean something, I'm sure I can because it is a safe microfiber. But this has an overlock stitch edge here. It's gonna hold extremely well. I've never seen a clay towel become unraveled. I've really never seen a whole lot of these fail for what it's worth. But it's pretty simple, but the simplicity of it is what makes it so awesome. But again, it really comes down to the synthetic clay material that makes it different than many other synthetic clays out there that may deteriorate or you may have a bad experience with. This stuff is extremely chemical resistant, meaning fallout removers are not going to touch it. APCs are not going to touch it. It loves soap. It loves rinseless washes. It loves waterless washes. It loves everything. Just don't use a tar and glue remover with it.
No solvent.
No solvent. Then that's it. Other than that, though, have a heyday. Scrub as hard as you want if you feel like you need to scrub hard, right?
It does have a little bit of a cushion to it because you have the towel and everything.
Yeah, and so to your point there, when I fold it into fourths, what I'm doing is I am removing my pressure points, right? That would typically come from my fingers, right? When you're using a clay bar, you have pressure points on that clay bar, right? Meaning you're gonna have some spots that may dig in a little bit more than others. I've removed a lot of my pressure points by switching to something like this, and again, I'm able to constantly flip it. So how long does the Ultra Clay towel last? Honestly, I would say hundreds of uses.
Wow.
Yeah, on my towel at home I have one of the very early prototypes of this towel. I have probably over 100 uses on that particular towel, and it keeps coming back for more, right? At the rag company, at our actual detail studio, we have some of these that are going on 3 years old that have seen well over 150 cars, and I also have plenty of detailers out there that have told me they've pushed this towel probably further than they ever should have, but it just comes back for more. And so to clean it, right? That's a big thing, because it's gonna get.
Because I'm like, do you ever get grit or anything stuck in here?
Absolutely.
It doesn't come out?
Well, it does come out. So what I like to do, I like to go underneath the sink or running water, right? I flip the towel over to the microfiber side, right? I start rinsing everything out from the back. Any type of contaminant that gets caught within those pores or within those perforations fall out. Okay? Anything that's caught on that surface level, what I do is I take that wet towel, I spray a little bit of all-purpose cleaner onto the front of it, and I go like this. And I scrub itself off, right? Loosen it off, rinse out the back, right? Once everything is rinsed and I feel like the towel's looking clean, I let it air dry, and once it's completely air dried, I roll it back up and put it right back in its container.
Nice. That's awesome. So this is the same concept with the clay mitt and the scrubber, but just different types of media here.
Yeah, different types of media. So the reason why the clay mitt came about is because some people may not like holding on to a towel, right? Some people like to make it easy for themselves, and they like to just simply open this thing up, and they like to
put their hand in there.
So take this off of here, slide their hand in here, and they like to just use this. Now the trade-off of the mitt, in my opinion, this is Levi's favorite, right? If I'm being honest with you here. Levi likes this because he has arthritis in his hands, right? So whenever he's holding something like a clay bar, it hurts his hands. Whenever he's holding a clay towel, it hurts his hands, right? So he eliminates that hurt by literally just sliding his hand into the mitt. He's not holding anything. He's not having to use his fingers. He can just use the palm of his hand. The trade-off, though, is that this isn't going to be able to get into much of the tighter areas that you may want to get into, right?
Where you can get this in your
fingers.
Where
you can get that in your fingers. You can get it underneath this grill line here. You can do a lot of different things with it. This right here is going to be more for straight surfaces. So for boat detailing, it's freaking phenomenal, right? SUV detailing, amazing, right? Fleet detailing, anything like that where it's quick and easy. I keep this in my wash bucket, right? With my wash pad, right? I get done with my wash, bam, this comes out, I'm spraying, I'm using the soapy water, I'm spraying more foam, and I'm going to town, right? I have that whole car, for the most part, 90% physically, mechanically decontaminated in little to no time.
That's what I love about these, because they are so fast.
They are so fast.
And I know when the original first clay towels came out, it was more like a solid surface with some grooves in it. They didn't have these perforations in it.
Correct.
And that's when I first started using them, and they just didn't have the quality of that clay bar, so it was hard for me. But these are much better in quality. And then, this is my favorite, the little block.
So really quick to your point on the perforations here, when it's one solid piece of clay, right? you've lost a lot of that flexibility, right? When clay breaks down with time or begins to dry out or anything like that happens or you use the wrong chemical, right? It's going to start cracking. You're going to start having issues where that clay separates. The perforations not only make it safer, but also provide flexibility to that towel to keep that clay from being able to crack and break on itself.
Yeah.
So this right here, I'm going to just take credit for it because this is the time to do it. I'm on a famous channel right now. So this is my idea. It's called the Ultra Clay Scrubber, right?
Yes.
When we're washing at the rag company, we always had a clay media like this in a bucket off to the side, and we also had our bug scrubbers, right? And we were using them. We would use the bug scrubber. Okay, time to clay. We would clay. And we'd go, oh man, like we'd go back and forth, right? And I said, why don't we combine the bug scrubber and the clay bar, right?
You're a genius.
And so thank you very much, thank you. So I hope my boss is watching this, right? And so this right here came about, and we went through multiple different versions of this, going back and forth, trying to find that perfect thickness and perfect feel within the hand. And so what we've done here is we've taken that perforated clay, we've attached it to a Jersey bug scrubber material, and we put a nice dense sponge inside here to make it comfortable in the hand, but also very pliable to where it can still get in between areas, cup areas, and do things as needed. So what I like about this, it's decon on the fly, right?
Yeah.
You're out there, you're doing mobile detailing, or maybe you're an enthusiast detailer and you've gotten bug guts on the front of your car. You just got back from a road trip. You're sitting there picking them with your nail and you're like, this isn't cutting it, but I don't want to bust out the clay bar. I don't want to bust out the whole clay situation. I don't want to have to do this. This also lives in my bucket, right? I pull this out, I spray some bug remover, I spray a little bit of APC, right? And what do? I scrub with the Jersey material first. Does it come off? It doesn't come off. What do? I flip it over the clay side. It's coming off. It's coming off with the clay no matter what. Yeah. And what this also does too, pro tip, it's the ultimate glass decon tool. Front windshields. Right?
Yeah.
So what I typically do is I spray my glass cleaner extremely liberally. I soak that entire windshield in glass cleaner. I use my bug scrubber. I scrub the living crap out of it. I get all the bugs, I get everything I can off, right? From there, what do? I take a clay lubricant. I go with my clay side, I clay the heck out of that windshield, right? That windshield is now the slickest and smoothest it's probably ever felt. And then I top it off with a glass coating, or I top it off with something like bead maker or another spray sealant. And I've now deconned the glass, added a ton of slickness, and I've all done it with one product. And the coolest part is this comes in a 2-pack.
Yeah, because it's hard to get glass clean if you still have residue on it, and then after you clay it or use the bug scrubber part, you don't have anything on there. It's
there's nothing left.
That's
and so
awesome. I love it.
It's an awesome product. I absolutely love it. The hardest part is keeping it in stock. Fortunately, it is in stock here, which is awesome. And I know that from us at the Rag Company, we will also have more on the way to get to you guys and everybody in between. So the scrubber's awesome, the mitt's awesome, the towel's awesome, and so is the traditional clay bar. It just kind of depends on what kind of experience you're looking for and what kind of time you have.
I think you should try them all and find out what your favorite is. And you can find all of these at the Rag Company and the carsupplieswarehouse.com e-commerce site. Thank you, Anthony. That was a lot of great information.
Yep.
We're getting blown away.
We're getting blown away.
So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.